Have you ever wondered what it takes to keep a country of over 240 million people running? Well, today we're looking at a company that does just that. We're talking about Pakistan State Oil, or PSO. And as you're about to see, it's so much more than just a chain of gas stations. It's the engine of an entire nation.
So just to give you an idea of the sheer scale we're dealing with, let's start with this number, 51.6%. That is PSO's slice of Pakistan's entire downstream oil market. I mean, think about that. Basically, 1 out of every 2 liters of fuel sold in the whole country, it comes from them. That's dominance.
And what does that kind of market share look like in dollars and cents? Or, well, in rupees. How about this? 3.572 trillion rupees in revenue for 2024. That's a $13 billion operation in US dollars. An absolutely staggering figure that really shows you the financial muscle we're talking about.
Which brings us to the big question, right? How on earth does one single company manage to fuel the daily lives of millions of people? From the cars on the road, to the planes in the sky, to the power plants keeping the lights on, let's dig in and find out.
Okay, so first things first, you gotta understand that PSO isn't just another corporation. No. It was built from the very beginning to be a critical piece of national infrastructure. You can think of it as the country's energy lifeline.
Officially, here's what PSO is. It's the state-owned energy leader, and its main job isn't just about making a profit. It's about making sure the entire nation has a reliable, secure supply of fuel. That makes it a genuine strategic asset.
All right, let's zoom in a bit. How does PSO actually get all that fuel to its 3 million customers every single day? The journey from some oil field across the world to the tank of a car in Pakistan is honestly a masterclass in logistics.
The whole thing really boils down to 4 key steps. It starts with getting the product, right? PSO sources fuel from local refineries, but also from global partners like Kuwait and Qatar. Then it's all about storage. That fuel gets piped into a massive network of tanks that can hold over 1.2 million tons, the biggest in the country. From there, an army of trucks and pipelines moves it all across Pakistan until finally it gets distributed right to the pump.
And the scale of that final step is just huge. We're talking about more than 3,500 gas stations. They're everywhere, from the busy streets of Karachi all the way up to the high-altitude airport in Skardu. Their footprint covers seaports, airports, depots, you name it, they're there.
Now, a giant like this wasn't just born overnight. Its history is actually one of deliberate consolidation. Back in the mid-70s, the Pakistani government decided to nationalize its energy sector. They merged a bunch of private and foreign-owned companies to create one single, powerful state-run entity, Pakistan State Oil.
But here's the thing. Selling gasoline is really only one part of the story. Over the years, PSO has become a seriously diversified energy company with its hands in a lot of different pots.
This chart gives you a really great sense of their business. Sure, retail fuels, the stuff we put in our cars, is the biggest piece of the pie. But PSO is also a market leader in lubricants. They provide the jet fuel for the entire aviation industry, furnace oil for power plants, and they're a huge player in liquefied natural gas, or LNG.
So you see, PSO kind of has this dual identity. On one hand, you've got the consumer business we all see every day, fuel, lubricants, convenience stores. But then there's this massive industrial side of the business, providing the specialized fuel that powers the armed forces, the national railway, and the country's entire power grid.
And don't think for a second that PSO is stuck in the past. They are absolutely embracing the digital age. They've rolled out things like DigiCash, which is a digital wallet right in their app. It lets customers pay for fuel and everything else securely right from their phones.
So we've seen the business side. Now let's zoom back out and look at the company's bigger impact on the nation, because its role really does go way beyond just commerce. As a strategic partner to the state, PSO is literally the main fuel supplier for the entire Pakistani military. It works hand in hand with Pakistan Railways to upgrade their fueling systems, and it acts as the government's right hand for critical energy deals, like importing LNG from other countries.
Beyond all its official duties, PSO is also taking on some interesting social and environmental projects. Check this out, the Eco Street Project. It was a pilot program where they helped build a road using 5,000 kilograms of recycled plastic. They literally turned trash into infrastructure. And their stated goal here is to find new ways to push for sustainability. Now, it's a small step for sure, but it's a pretty fascinating example of a huge traditional energy company thinking about the circular economy.
And then there's this, the PSO Shaheen program. This is a fantastic initiative focused on empowering women by giving them professional driving training for both cars and motorcycles. It's all about opening doors to mobility and economic opportunity.
The program's mission statement says it all, where we believe every woman must have the wings to soar. This isn't just corporate jargon, it's about giving women real, tangible skills that lead to independence. It adds a really powerful, human side to this massive company.
So, what's next for this energy giant? Well, the world is changing fast, and PSO is making some big moves to adapt and, they hope, lead Pakistan's energy transition.
You can see their game plan for the future right here. They're already rolling out cleaner Euro 5 standard fuels. They're installing EV charging stations at their outlets. They've even spun up a whole subsidiary just for renewable energy. And initiatives like Blue LPG are designed to bring cleaner cooking fuel to more remote areas. This is definitely the profile of a company trying to evolve.
Which, of course, leaves us with one final huge question. For decades, PSO has been the undisputed king of fossil fuels in Pakistan. But as the entire world pivots to new forms of energy, what does the future really hold for this national lifeline? Can a giant like this truly transform itself? Well, that is the story to watch.